are you? Could you give us a small introduction? Just your name, how long you've been here, just the basics.
Yeah, my name's Juan Diaz. I've been training since I was 15. I started just, training and then, eventually worked my way up to, just working here, just teaching. And then we started Georgia Tech, I believe around 2019 actually. And then we just went on from there.
So cool. And so how often do you work? Is it more of a daily thing or is it every 2 days?
It's really a daily thing, I literally just pursued this since I was in high school, I work here 5 times a week, and then, we go on from there.
Okay, that's cool. And so it's full-time?
Pretty much, yes. In the morning sometimes, depending if I have a class or if I have some private sessions, and then in the afternoons with Georgia Tech, and it goes on through maybe 9 p.m.
That's cool. So wait, so what type of activities do you have to do as an instructor here?
Pretty much a little bit of everything. I did have some fights, myself in boxing, so that actually taught me to see the other side and a perspective inside the ring, also. So I know what some students would be like, oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, I'm scared to get inside. Oh, I'm not ready to spar. I've been through all of that, so that's part of something, at least experience what people are going to feel that you're training. Also, just helping them out with their footwork, their offense, the defense, etc. And then I've done all that, so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I saw a bunch of females outside too. How'd you get all of them to come into the sport as well? Just because I know that it's harder for women to get into this sport as compared to men.
Yeah, let alone our trainer, the head coach is a female. She's a 2-time world champion.
Wow.
So, honestly, some people just want to come here and train.
Yeah.
Learn the boxing without getting hit. Mm-hmm. Eventually, they work their way up and okay, maybe I do want to start learning how to defend myself. And it comes in handy, it does. But some girls just don't want to do it, but like the sport. And so it's understandable, but we don't judge here. We're open to everybody, as you can see, it's very diverse.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, we don't mind them.
And for competitions, what type of competitions have you been in yourself? And what type of competitions do your students participate in?
So it's pretty much amateur, none of them are pro, no, they won't be doing all that. But we do have some pros here. We have our biggest group is amateur team. So when I did it, I did, just a regular, open club show, which pretty much, just like a regular show, but also did a tournament. And that was more hectic because I have to be right on weight, I used to walk around 123, which was my lowest weight I've ever walked at.
Yeah.
But it is more intense doing a tournament because then you have to fight back to back.
Oh, so is it two competitions at once, or is it
Well, so if you win one day, you have to fight the next day for the belt.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Got it.
And you have to be on weight again. So yeah.
And what type of qualifications do you need as a trainer here? Do you have to have a certain number of years of training, or is it more experience based?
A little bit of both, As a trainer, you have to learn what what you're talking about, and what you're teaching, We've had some trainers, that say they have been training, and we're like, okay, but some of them don't work well with big group. They're mostly one-on-ones, and that's the big facility we are, we got to be able to, correspond to as many people we got, work with each and one of them, knowing everybody has their own different style. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I started here, and then I worked my way up to fighting and training. So, also,
whole journey.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So also we teach different ways. So we, as our trainers, we teach them how to train our way. Just because everywhere you go is going to be different. Yeah.
So do different trainers have different styles of boxing that they bring into this space?
Yes. We do have other trainers. Some of them are more going forward. Just as hard as you can, all the way. Others, work more on defense. The other ones work more on offense. We like to work a little bit on both, but especially our footwork, cutting an angle, taking a step and just countering and stuff like that. We don't like to stay in one spot the entire time.
Who's the head of the gym here? Is there any specific person that's running this whole operation?
Yeah, like I said, the head trainer is a female. Her name is Terry Moss. She's the owner of the gym, actually.
Okay.
And so, we've been here for almost 10 years now, so it's incredible the way how everything works.
And as a trainer right now, are there any things that you'd like to change with this facility, with how things are taught, all of that?
Uh, One thing we've had talked about is just getting more trainers. As you can see, how many students we
There's
have.
so many students.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
I mean, actually, 215 signed up. For the first free week, we had 310, I believe.
That's impressive.
So just that's why I lost my voice. So it's just just getting more trainers that would be a little helpful.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're trying our best and we're doing pretty well.
What's one thing that you've learned from your coach in the past that you want to pass on to your students, onto the students that you have right now?
Just to probably learn how people's mental state works sometimes, Like I said, everybody could have a bad day and you don't know it, but me as a trainer, I kind of see it before they tell me, I can see it under performance, so I'm like, just be aware of your surroundings and, sometimes,
I see how you push your students to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know any instances where your students have done the same for you?
Yes. Actually, a lot. Because, I took a break in the beginning of this year, Also, like I said, everybody goes to the mental state, So just coming back and everybody was like, oh, where you been? Felt like I was appreciative, I was appreciated. So it was really nice, They're like, nice, well, thank you for coming back, and it was just great.
And with the students here that actually fight,
Mm-hmm.
of course it's all in good judgment that they're fighting and they're being safe about it. But are there any incidents where they're not, where something happens, maybe they get injured?
So yeah, we always have a bloody nose or stuff like that, But when they fight, actually it's a little bit stricter right now on how they work, because I don't know if you heard about the little what's it called? What happened in Vegas? There was a college fight over there that wasn't sanctioned actually by UCIBA, which is the collegiate boxing team. Stuff didn't really go as planned. So if you working with UCIBA, they really are specific on keeping the students safe. The number one priority, which is really great about that, and we love working with them.
And so, how did this place start? Was Terry in charge of starting this whole place up? What were her motivations, thoughts, if you know any?
Well, she started training here actually. Like I said, when I was here, around 8 years old, this was whole karate studio.
Yeah.
So that corner where you saw the ring over there, that was only the ring and the bags right there. That was the whole boxing section, not the whole gym.
Oh.
So yeah,
okay.
Later on, the karate studio closed, and she moved down to Decatur boxing.
Mm-hmm.
From there, her coach pretty much they didn't really believe in her,
Mm-hmm.
She won 2 titles, but
Which titles were those?
strawweight and flyweight, I believe. I'm not sure of the second one, but she's still a world champion, right?
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
But back then, women didn't really have a really big chance in boxing. They didn't believe in them, And she could have more fights, She actually had the world record of being the most oldest female boxer, to go pro. Yeah. So she left that. She left the trainer. Came here. It was trashed, but she fixed it up with hard work, and sweat. And we've been open since then.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And all this equipment, has it been here all this time, or do you guys
Well, no, this was not here. This bar right here was trashed, but it was our job to fix it up, and we did, this becomes a dressing room, a hangout area for the club, and yeah.
And what type of equipment do you guys have?
Pretty much, dumbbells, we are working on getting some more, lifting stuff, some squat racks and stuff like that. We have gym bags, gloves, the boxing ring, as you saw yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much all the boxes that we need.
Do you think better equipment makes a better boxer? Is it all independent?
I think it's all independent. If people or a person, they want to become the best boxer, they'll make it happen one way or another. But you do need a solid, strong team for that too.
Yeah. That's so cool. For sure. Thank you so much for
my pleasure.
having us today. That was so great. It was so nice to meet you and get to know so much about you guys in the club.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you again. And,
My pleasure.
That's the end of our interview today.
Thank you so much.